We can start.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji and Matajis, for giving me the opportunity to speak in front of you. As Mataji, Her Grace Padmasundara Mataji has told you that I am suffering from COVID, and for that reason, I had stopped my earlier treatment, and it backfired yesterday, and I had severe headache, and because of that, I couldn't prepare yesterday properly. Today also I'm having, but I know and I'm confident enough that with your blessings, I will be able to go through this seva, because I really trust in the devotees' blessing. Because with devotees' blessing, God's blessings are always there with me. That I'm confident about it. So if any problem, if I have some, if I close my eyes, please pardon me, because I'll try to do my seva properly, and I need your blessings for this. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So let us start with the Mangacharan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, let us start with the shloka number. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.15.39. So let us start with this. Madhurayam tatha vrajam Shurisena patim tatha Prajapatyam nirupeshtam agnin apivadishvara. Translation. Then he posted Praja, the son of Aniruddha and the grandson of Lord Krishna, at Mathura as the king of Shurasena. Afterwards, Maharaja Yudhishthir performed a Prajapati sacrifice and placed in himself the fire for putting household life. So, first of all, Maharaja Yudhishthir, he enthroned Maharaja Parishad as the emperor of the whole world, and as Lord Krishna was not there, and as Lord Krishna's family has a lot of intimate relationship with Maharaja Yudhishthir family. So Maharaja Yudhishthir was taking care of Krishna's sons and grandsons, and as Maharaja Yudhishthir's mother Kunti was Krishna's aunt, and Arjuna's wife Subhadra was Krishna's sister. So he posted Praja at Mathura and then he retired, because this was Vedic civilization that at a particular age you have to retire. So, Vedic civilization. Now, I'll highlight the important points of the purport. In one, in Vedic civilization, you have to follow the principles of Vanaprastha Dharma. So, Vanaprastha Dharma is an age which divided the life into four parts, that is brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. Then it divides the social order into brahman, kshatriya, vaishya, and shudra. So in Vedic civilization, it means that vanaprastha dharma accepting the institution of four varnas and four ashramas, social and spiritual order. For social order, they must be Brahmin, as I said, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And for spiritual order, there must be Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So, this is the system of Vanaprastha Dharma. So, unless we accept this institution of Vanaprastha Dharma, you're not considered as a civilized man. That is, four social orders and four spiritual orders. So any civilized man must be within this category of Vanaprastha Dharma. Otherwise, he is an animal. Unless you accept this institution of making progress in spiritual life, you are an animal. That is the difference between an animal and a man. See, because an animal, he does not he does not have to go to any religious places. He does not have any political. He does not need to go to any parliament or church or temple. Whereas, and he does not need to follow any orders, whereas an man, he needs to follow the orders in life to be in a society. So that is the difference between an animal and a man. So therefore vanaprastha dharma is a necessity, it is not a convention. So as it is defined in this shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.13, अतपुम्ध्वज श्रेष्ठ वर्णाश्रम विभागज स्वानुष्ठितस्य धर्मस्य शमशद्र हरितोषणाम. So highest perfection of one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed by for one own's occupation according to caste division and orders of life is to please the personality of God. So this we can, that is, please the personality of Godhead can be explained further by the shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam shloka 7.5.31. Na tevdu swarthagatim hi vishnam. That is, the goal of life is to return back to Godhead. That is to return to your home and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. So, in accordance with Varnasrama Dharma, everyone's life must be so arranged that at the last stage of the life, say at least 15 years to 20 years prior to the death, can be absolutely devoted to the devotional service of the Lord to attain the highest perfection of life. It is really foolishness to engage oneself all the days of your life in material enjoyment and fruitive activities, because as long as mind is remains absorbed in the fruitive activities or the material enjoyment, there is no chance of getting out from the out from being observed in the fruitive life or material bondage naturally. So one should follow the societal policy of neglecting one's uh, original task, that is supreme task of attaining the highest perfection of life, namely going back to Godhead, or back, I mean, going back to your home, actually. So Srila Prabhupada, in his lecture in Los Angeles in December 17, 1973, he said that one must retire. Mahatma Gandhi also did not retire from politics. What was the result? He was killed by another opponent. In fact, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, sorry, he wrote a letter to Mahatma Gandhi. He, see, now you have got your independence, and you are a great devotee of Bhagavad Gita. So you preach people will listen to you. Yeah, yeah, actually, Shrestha. It is Bhagavad Gita. It is Bhagavad Gita 3.21. So but he didn't listen to him. And until he was gunned down by the opponent. He didn't retire from politics. And same with Jawaharlal Nehru. Until he was paralyzed and he was dead, he didn't retire. He didn't retire from politics. And same with the Pant. He was very weak, but he didn't do it. So we see that modern politicians, they do not wish to retire, and they from the active life of politics, and they even if they are old, they do not wish to retire. But Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was an ideal king. He voluntarily retired from his active administrative life, even if people in his kingdom were very happy with him. But he decided, now I have to retire. He trained Maharaja Parikshit, and then he retired. He gave up all his opulences. So Vedic civilization, at a particular age, you must retire. So under the Varnashram Dharma, one makes progress. One makes the process to approach the supreme personality of Godhead. And so one must retire. Why? To achieve the ultimate goal of life. That is, the ultimate goal of life is to understand the supreme personality of Godhead. And because in your busy life, it is very difficult. You get very little time. So therefore, after Grasa life, say about 50 years, up to then you must retire. So it does not matter whether you have finished your duties or not. It does not matter. I mean, you must retire. And I mean, and then after being trained for some time, you should get detached from the family life, and let the elderly sons and daughters, they can take care of the family. And the husband wife, they both travel to different places, to different places of pilgrimage. They can go to the holy places. So it means everyone has to take sannyas. So sannyas means renounce. No more family responsibility or any responsibility. Simply to become a pure devotee of the Lord. That is sannyasa. So in Bhagavad Gita 6.1, it is uh, anasrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti ya sa sannyasi. So that is the living entity who acts only according to the satisfaction of the supreme whole and not for the personal satisfaction is a perfect sannyasi, and that is a perfect yogi. So a sannyasi means he works but not as an enjoyer for the fruit of the work, right? That is a sannyasi. Like and a karmi means that he's working hard, he's working day and night, but he wants the fruit of the work to enjoy for himself. Whereas a sannyasi, excuse me, sorry, but whereas a sannyasi, he'll work day and night, but he will not want the fruit of the work. He will give it for Krishna. It is for Krishna. So that is a sannyasi. So that sannyasi means satnyasi. That is, sat means the truth, and nyasi means renounce. So the person who gives everything for Krishna, one who renounces everything for the sake of supreme truth, that is a pure sannyasi. So, perfect civilization is that one should not forget one's real duty, and the real duty is to fulfill the mission of human life. The mission of human life is to understand God. You can form relationship with God. You should know what is God. Form the relationship with God. It's like I can give you an example. In America, there is in currency note there is advertised. It is advertised in God we trust. But if you go out and you ask people, what do you know about God? No one will be able to answer you properly. They will say something this like this, something like that, but they will not be able to answer you in the right way. So they don't know about it. So this is written in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, is written what is God and how to trust Him. And that is what the mission of Prabhupada is. That he wants to teach people that what is God and how you should trust Him. So to illustrate this, I wish to give you an example which I heard somewhere, that there was a roper and he was an acrobat, and he had, and this I'm giving to show you the difference between faith and trust. So there was a roper and an acrobat. He was trying to cross the two buildings from one building to another with the help of a rope, and he had his sorry, he had, I'm so sorry, he had his child on his back, and he had a stick so that to balance it. So when he reached to the other end of the building, at the second building, the all the people came to, all the press reporters, they came to have selfie with him. So he asked them, okay, fine, now is it do you have faith in me that I will go back? Everyone said with confidence, yes, we have confidence. We have faith in you. Okay, then he said, okay, fine. Now I'm keeping my child down. Please, can you give one of your child so that I can put him at my back and cross? So that everyone was in hanky panky. They didn't agree. They didn't trust him. So that is the thing. Similarly, we should have faith. We do have faith in God. We do, but we do not trust God. So another example which I wish to give about to differentiate faith and trust is that during one morning, one man was sitting in the park and he was crying. So another man turned up and asked him, "Why are you crying?" So the man who asked him, "Why are you crying?" He looked like a wealthy businessman. And he said that I am Lakshmi Pandit, Lakshmi Mittal. So what is the problem? If you have some problem of money, I can help you. So he said, yes, my business is wrong and I need money badly, otherwise I will die. So he said, okay, fine, I'll give you this $1 million no, check, and you take it and you start your business. And next year when you come, you can return it to me. So he felt very nice, very happy. So he took the check, he went home, and he kept it in his locker. And with this satisfaction that he has $1 million rupee, he said, "Why not I give a try? Why not I try for myself? And I put in my best. Let me try and do my business." So with this trust, he started his business, and because of his efforts, he after he is business bloomed, and after 1 year he was in a capacity to give return back that check. So after 1 year he took that check and went to the same park, and he sat there for many hours, but no one came up. So instead of the man, a nurse came running up and asked him, "Have you seen a man who claims himself to be Lakshmi Mittal? He has just run away from his mental hospital, from his bed, and have you seen him?" So he realized, oh my god, that money, that check was fake. So the trust in a fake of $1 million check gave him the suffering person the confidence and the positivity to recover from his lost business. So in the same way, we should have trust in God. Say, take a case of rich man. He enjoys and he assassinates his assistants, his managers, his secretary work, and he enjoys. He brings they bring up money for his business, and he does not need to go to the factories. He enjoys. Similarly, with God, we can say he's in his enjoying spirit. He is not going to the office. He is not working at all. He just enjoys. And that is the induction of Vedas. That is the definition of God. So we should know what is God. God, the first thing we should know that He does not do anything. He does not do personally. That is the first qualification of God. That nobody can be equal to Him. He is the greatest. That is the definition of God. He has all the opulences. He has all the riches. No one is equal to Him, as it is defined in this Srimad Bhagavatam shloka. Ete Ete Changshkalapasam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, as it was divined by His Grace Srivas Pandit Prabhuji, that Bhagavan is Krishna. But I mean that Krishna is the supreme. No one is greater than him. He is the greatest. He does not work. We are all his subordinates. Then we should work. But nowadays, what people think, I mean, they say, okay, God, you shall work for me. You shall bring me all the wishes. You grant me all the wishes. That is not Krishna consciousness. And that is the mission of Prabhupada. Prabhupada, in his Krishna conscious movement, said that you that I mean that it is not Krishna consciousness is not asking from God, it is giving to God, it is giving your services towards God. That is what we should teach people, that to give our services, not from asking from, we should not ask from God. That is not Krishna conscious movement. It is giving everything to God. So to perfect the human form of life, one should first of all sacrifice everything in life. Is your life, your intelligence, your money, and your power to speak. Whatever you have, even if you can't give everything, you can at least give three things or two, or at least one you should give to preach Krishna consciousness movement. So that is the mission of Prabhupada. Prabhupada wanted to make everyone understand God. Krishna, the supreme being, his name, his address, his qualification, everything. His name, his address is Golok Vrindavan, and his qualification and everything, to teach everything, that he is the highest. And that is to approach the Supreme Personality of
Take,
Godhead. Yes, Mother.
take a minute break. You're not breathing properly. Take a minute break and then you speak. I'm
Yeah,
starting
thank you.
time here.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your blessings. You can start off, Mataji.
Okay, go on, Mataji.
Okay. So, Lord, by engaging everything in the service of Lord, we should deliver this to the whole world, that God is the supreme. So, Prabhupada's mission is that his heart was full of compassion for the conditioned soul, and full of faith for the power of the holy name. He was determined to follow the instructions of his spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada had literally nothing in his pocket when he went to America, and still he was determined that in spite of the two heart attacks, he during his travel, he will be able to deliver his guru's message. And in fact, he had very less acquaintances in America. Still, he went, he taught people. So hippies also, they committed there a lot of sinful activities, but still Prabhupada had compassion for them and was convinced that one day, because of the power of the holy name, he will be able to transform them, to transfer all the devotees. And he gave lectures, this lecture in Los Angeles, because he knew that people will follow one day. So my personal application is that, but the Vaishnava always thinks that without giving bread to Krishna, Krishna will not survive. That if I and that was proved by Yashodama. She also said that if I don't give bread to Krishna, Krishna will become lean and thin. So we should be able to love Krishna, serve Krishna. That should be our aim, and that is a true religion, that we do not take service from the Lord, we give the service, we are ready to give the service, and that is true religion. Like in the shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam shloka, Seve punsam param dharmo yator bhakti adhokshaje. So adhokshaje means God is beyond our senses, he is a supreme, he and so we should render our devotional service to the Lord. So that type of religion, it teaches us how to love God, how to serve God. That is perfect religion. So like for example, uh, for example, Prabhupada's mission was to he wanted everyone to know the Krishna Tattva, become a guru, and then deliver to the world, right? That is in the shloka Chaitanya Chaitamrit, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told about this in Chaitanya Chaitamrit Madhya 8.1 to 8. Kiva Vipra, Kiva Shudra, Nasi Kene Naya, Ye Krishna Tattva Veta, say Guru Haya. So that is, even if you're Shudra, you are a sannyasi, you're a Brahmin, you can be Grasta, you can be an Indian, you can be an American, from any religion you can be. You can be from any country, from anywhere. You can be a Chinese also. But if you know the truth of God, the essence of God, the Tattva, Krishna Tattva of God, you can be a guru and you can deliver to the world. That is the essence of mission of Prabhupada. That you become a guru and you deliver to the world. So my personal application is that I do deity worship, and I engage myself in bhoga offerings, in flower offerings, in whatever way I can, fruit offerings, and I accept a deity of the, and I worship Lord Krishna, and I teach people how to worship Lord Krishna through deity worship. I read scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, to understand why do we read it, to understand Krishna consciousness. And that is what I wish to teach people that and deliver to the world in my own understanding, that so that I can do my part. Me and my husband, we visit holy places in association with the devotees. So once our family responsibility, we have decided that once our family responsibilities are covered, my son gets a job and my daughter settles down, we will seek the guidance of a spiritual guru, and we will get more and more focused in the devotional service of the Lord. And after consulting our guru, so I engage myself in various temple activities like counseling and book distribution and preaching small children. I have joined Kana Fun School in school, and I'm giving spiritual lectures. And plus, since few years, I have gathered few children around my colony, and I try to give them Krishna consciousness. I play with them, and with that, I try to teach them their moral duties in life. That's what I try to do. Uh, and I also do temple cleaning and making garlands for the deities if my guru asks me to do. So, one in the lecture, His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinashak Maharaj, he said that in Mayapur there is a Kunti Bhavan where the ladies can stay there when in the old age. So we also deciding on this, me and my husband, to go there and stay so that we can further develop our spiritual practices, spiritual development, so that we can easily go back to Godhead. So to summarize, at a certain point of time, I would like to say that in certain point of time, we should sacrifice everything like Yudhishthir Maharaj did. Gave us all his opulences and he went away. The same way, we should also be prepared. We should get a training. So, how can we get the training? We should focus that one supreme task of attaining the highest perfection of life, namely going back to Godhead or going back to our original place. That is where we have come from. So, we should follow the Varnasrama Dharma and make progress in the spiritual life. At least the last 15 to 20 years prior to our death must be completely focused. It should be devoted to the devotional service of the Lord. And one should engage one's life, one's money, one's intelligence, one's power to speak in the service of the Lord. That is what our main aim should be. And one should preach and deliver to the conditioned souls. And one can retire after completion of the mandatory family responsibilities like son's job and daughter's marriage or something like that, in after the consultation of the spiritual guru or the spiritual master. So ISKCON, it is because ISKCON is not a temple where you come down and bow and you go. It is an institution where a person can comes. He understands Vanasha Dharma. He makes his life more peaceful. He understands the relationship with God. He understands what God is, that God is the supreme, He is the Almighty, and follows those instructions, applies it in his own life, and then he teaches other people how to follow, and then he can easily go back to Godhead. That's what I can say about Krishna consciousness, and I can't speak much. So Mataji, please excuse me if I'm not able to speak more. Kindly pardon me, and I know with your blessings I am able to do my seva properly. Thank you, Mataji, Hare Krishna, and thank you all for listening me so patiently, so patiently, and
You
blessing
take
me.
a break, Mataji, so that we can ask questions.
Yes, Mataji.
You want to take a minute's break?
Yeah, I just drink milk. A small sip of water I'll just have, and then I can answer. Thank you, Mataji, for listening. And I really wish to thank you. It is only and only because your blessings and your encouragement. I really want to thank you from my heart that you were the one who told me that no, you can do it. It is Prabhupada's seva. You have, Prabhupada will be helping out, and it is the blessings of all that I was able to deliver
Mataji,
my
you need to
lecture.
refrain from talking now.
Okay.
So please don't thank me. You just refrain for a minute. Please
Thank you.
excuse her because she's becoming breathless. So please take a minute's break.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Just for everybody's kind information, 2 days back, she was not even to speak like this. She was coughing enormously and she had a very, very bad throat. And Mataji was telling that I will not be able to even speak for continuously for 5 minutes. How am I going to go about? I said, we are all praying for you. You can do it. So it has driven her to come to this point, and she has taken all precautions of drinking all things hot to so that she can speak. She becomes breathless after 15 minutes. She can't even speak. So that is her situation currently. So it's all the prayers and the mercy of their lordships. So Mataji is able to do it. So I'm just giving her a break. You all shouldn't consider why specifically I'm giving her a special uh, break because of the situation, which I have myself personally seen it as such. And in her family, there are many who are affected with COVID, but still Mataji is, including her child, but Mataji is still going on with the service of presenting the lecture. I'm just explaining so that others know why I'm just breaking her off because I don't want to become breathless. That is not good because I'm here in Mayapur. I know what is the situations with the COVID attacked people. Mataji, you're okay?
Yes,
Will you be
Mataji.
able to cope up with the question and answer?
Yes, Mataji. I'll try, Mataji. I'll try my best. I know with your blessings, I will be able to do it.
Okay, I've
Thank
started
you.
with that.
Yes.
Mataji, question I would like to ask you first.
Huh.
You, the first question I would like to ask is why it is a suicidal policy. Prabhupada mentions it as a suicidal policy if we neglect our task of understanding. So why is knowing the highest perfection? Why is it suicidal? That's my first question.
Yes, Mataji. Because thank you, Mataji, for your question. Thank you. With your blessings, I'll be able to answer this. I'll try to do it. So, Mataji, it is a suicidal policy our because we have got this human life. It is very difficult to get human life, first of all. So if we've got this human life, we should realize that what is the main aim in life? Why have we come here? We have come here to attain God, to develop that relationship, because in any other life we don't have this opportunity. So to develop that relationship God, to develop that taste in God, to develop that love, to serve God, we don't have any opportunity. Only in human life we have. So even if in this life, if we don't know about God, we don't learn about God, we don't do this association with devotee, with all the devotees, we don't read Bhagavatam, then we will not be able to do it. We will not be able to come to know what is the real goal of life. Our real goal of life is to understand God, to realize God, to know our ultimate truth, and go back to God. So this is the only life we can go back to God. So if we don't understand, so it is like a suicide. We are like dead bodies. If we are like an animal who does not know this. So that's why it is a suicide for us. So we should, for this, we should know what is the real
My
aim
next
here.
question related to this, you
Yes.
are stressing on the point again and again that the goal of life is to understand God.
Yes, ma'am. Mataji.
So is that more than enough to just to understand God and serve God? That's all.
No, to serve God, to understand God, to sacrifice everything for God. and to take the association with the devotees, to follow our regular.
Can you give me in one sentence what is the goal of life? Because you're saying so many things. I'm not able to get it. So what is the goal of
Okay.
life?
Goal of life to get relation, to form a relationship with God. That is the goal of life, and to go back to God. That is the goal of life. So
Okay.
yes,
So what are
Mataji.
the practical ways to sacrifice? It's very easy to say, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, you have to give up everything. And is that easy to give up everything and then just sacrifice everything? You're saying you have to sacrifice everything. Is that possible? Is that even possible?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Actually, it is difficult, but if you train yourself in such a way, you have to train, give a spiritual training. Since that is what I'm saying, you have to spiritually train yourself since we are brahmachari, right? So that slowly, if you get the training, so till you reach the grahastha ashram, and after that, then if you have the spiritual training all through your life, then you will be able to easily give up everything. You'll start detaching from life. You'll be educating your children also, that now I should retire. It is very important, and you should teach them also the importance of spiritual training. So that way, slowly, as Prabhupada says, it is not possible to do everything at one go. It is not like a switchboard. But if you give a training slowly, at least you can reach till there. So that prayas, that training should be there, so that you can reach the ultimate goal of life. That is important. So this
Thank you,
way,
Mataji.
yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. And I think so I'm able to answer your question
Yeah,
little
thank
bit,
you, Mataji.
one atom of it. Thank
There
you.
are so many people who have raised hands.
So, yeah, Prabhuji, may I request Rajshekar Prabhuji to ask me the question? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Uh,
Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please give me your blessings.
Very sympathetic to you, Mataji, that in spite of all this situation, you are doing it a great service, Mataji. Mataji, I want to I want to take advice from you that I know one person who is 64 years male and wife is 57 years and one daughter is 21 years medical college. And she
Yes,
will
Prabhuji.
complete medical college after 4 years. So what to do about one person?
Okay. So, Prabhuji, actually, it depends on the situation of a person. So, one should take care, should first consult his spiritual guru. If this spiritual guru, according to according to his advice, one should go about, like he should, in he should keep on detaching from his family. He should learn, he should be trained to get detached from the family, and he should give spiritual training to his.
You had already answered my question that you have to take guidance of a spiritual master. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes.
Very nice of you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for blessing me. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, may I request Chandrika Devi Masadaji to please bless me. Hare Krishna, Chandrika Devi Dasi Mataji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. I really enjoyed it. And my question is about, you spoke about in the lecture that even we are not finishing our material duties, we have to retire and we have to engage in devotional service. And my question is, why we can do that? Can you explain more about why we can not finish our duties and to engage only in devotional service?
See, Mataji, actually, Mataji, see, this life, if you keep on doing, you keep on enjoying this material enjoyment, your life will finish. So, there is no end to these material duties. The household duties will go on. So, you have to put it a stop at what particular point. It is not a stop. Like, you have to train. That's what I told. You have to train yourself. Keep on training yourself. It is like you have started with such an early age. That is very nice. You have to, because if you train yourself and you by the consultation of your spiritual master, if you consult and you train yourself slowly and slowly, you will go on, you will form that relationship with God. So, and if you form the relation, that love with God, then you will be able to retire easily. Even if like you in fact, I in the last point I said, yes, you have to finish your responsibilities, you have to like if you have children at house, you have to give them the time, but at the same time, inside you have to train yourself to get retired. That is the main thing. From inside it should come that I you should be socially, you should be inclined towards God, you should develop that relationship with God, like you're doing everything as a duty, not as and you keep knowing that this is not your ultimate duty. Your ultimate duty is to realize God, to form a relationship with God, to love God. That is your ultimate duty. So, like Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was doing his duty. Everyone was very happy in his kingdom, but he knew that this is not his real duty. His real duty is to realize God. Like suppose if I give an example, you're in office, suppose you are working as an engineer or a businessman, you're working anywhere, but you're working for to maintain your body, right? But your real duty is to form that relationship with God. That you should keep in mind, and you should do everything as a duty. That is the thing which I was emphasizing. Mataji, I think so I am able to answer you. Please bless
Yes.
me if it's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. uh, Veer Gopal Prabhuji, may I request you to have your
Uh,
blessings?
my pronounced and pronounced
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much for your amazing energy that you displayed, I think, despite having COVID, and I pray that you recover very quickly. Mataji, I have two questions, if I may, and they're interrelated perhaps. The first question is to do with what is the context of Yukta Vairagya in in this presentation, and you know, we in ISKCON perhaps don't put so much emphasis on Varna ashram. And what is your take on that?
Okay. Prabhuji, the first question, I don't remember about Yukta Vairagya. So may I ask?
Yes, indeed, indeed. So you see, the emphasis, what came across from your presentation was on your subject matter, core subject matter appeared to be Varnasrama.
Yes,
And then,
Prabhuji.
and there was emphasis on detachment, a lot of that, and on retirement. Now, the Yukta Vairagya is in context with the retirement, that do we really retire from our normal being whilst we're performing devotional service? Is performing our duty whilst doing devotional service, is that not already detachment? I'm just sort of alluding to what I was trying to listen from you.
Okay. Probably what I've gathered from you is I'm not able to understand, but like um, like actually we should be perform. That's what Chandrika Mataji had asked. That's what I gathered, that we should be doing everything as a duty, right? We should be doing everything as a duty, and but we should be focused on a real duty. That is the to understand the Prabhupada's mission. That is developing relationship with God. That is love for God. So while doing duties, and we should be consulting our spiritual guru for that. Like if the spiritual guru says that we have to take sannyasa, we can take sannyasa. We can, but if he says no, you have to. You're not supposed to take sannyasa. Like I can give you an example, a live example. There was a devotee who wanted to take sannyasa, wanted to become a brahmachari, but uh, like his spiritual master, he knew that his parents, they required him, they required his help, as they were old, they were bedridden. So he said, no, you have to serve your parents first, and while serving you should focus on developing that relationship with God. So what he did is he used to tell his parents about Srimad Bhagavatam. He used to teach them, and he used to, in the same time, he formed a relationship with God, and in this way he did his duties as well as he developed that relationship with God. That is what I can understand. And the second question, Prabhuji, can you just repeat your second question about Varnasrama Dharma you asked?
My question was that in ISKCON, it is not explicit, there is no explicit support per se for Varna Ashrama. Our focus seems to be on not on Varna Ashrama. I just wanted to hear your take on it, since this was the subject that you were talking on.
Okay, Varnashram Dharma. So you want to take away the points, like Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj, after he trained, after a particular age in Vedic civilization, you should take up Varnashram, the principles of Varnashram Dharma. So, and like Yudhishthir Maharaj, he also, after a particular age, he also decided to retire. He, in fact, gave all his opulences, all his kingdom, everything he gave up. In fact, he gave us, changed his dress, and he went to the forest. He just trained Parishad Maharaj, and he went to the forest. So, in the same way, like he took up everything as his main duty. He was such a noble person, but and everyone was very happy. But then he knew his real duty. His real duty was to form a relationship with God. So he focused on that duty, and so he retired after a particular age. So same way we should aim at retiring, because till grust life it's very difficult. We have a very busy life, and after that we should be have some training for some years to retire from this life, and then only, like I give an examples of me and my husband. We go to holy places, and we have training our children so that they can take up their family responsibilities. So we are sure that as soon as they get settled down, we have planned, and that we will go to Mayapur or Vrindavan, and we'll settle down in Kunti Bhavan or like that. According, and we'll first consult our spiritual master, and whatever under his guidance, whatever he'll say, we'll do our services for the Lord, so that we can retire from this life. I mean, and we can go back to God. That is the main thing. That is the takeaway, and that is Prabhupada's mission, to form a relationship with God and go back to God. That is the main relationship. That is the takeaway.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, and we should preach other people also. That is also a duty. The Prabhupada said you should become a guru and preach. You know, because we should understand. He was so compassionate. He had nothing in his hands. He just had 40 rupees. Still, he just believed what his guru said, and he wanted to take that service. So Prabhupada has, we should always never forget that Prabhupada has taken so much of pains for us. So it is our duty, first duty, that if we are initiated, that we should fulfill his mission. Then only we'll be able to give him that what he's given us to. It is a duty to do it. That is a prior duty now, to fulfill the mission of Prabhupada.
Thank you, Karuna Mataji,
Hare
and
Krishna.
thanks to everybody for your wonderful questions.
Thank you.
We'll just start the feedback. Karuna Mataji, would you please invite for feedback?
Yes.
I request two people who haven't given the feedback today to give their feedback. Those who have given feedback today, please refrain.
Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you all, you exalted devotees, for blessing me, for giving me the opportunity to speak. And it is only and only because of all your blessings that I was able to do this service. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please give me the feedback.
Yeah.
Please give me the feedback, please. That'll be very kind.
Mataji has already raised hands.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Then with
Hare Krishna. I really want to thank you again for the wonderful lecture. It was really inspiring to me. And even though your condition, you are full of energy, and that was very nice. You covered so many interesting points you spoke about Varnasrama Dharma that we have to perform and that we have to retire from the material activities in the right moment for spiritual advancement. And you spoke about that we have to have trust in God and to be determined in the preaching, and this really inspired me. Room for improvement, maybe you cover it when I ask you a question. That 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 was my room for improvement for you to tell more about at that point. And thank you again, Mataji. I will be happy to hear again from you some lectures and so on. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Chandrika Mataji. Can I have one more person giving your feedback?
Yes, I think so. Asaf Prabhuji has raised his hand. May I request Asaf Prabhuji?
Asaf Prabhu has given feedback already today, Mataji. Those who
Okay.
haven't given feedback today, they'll be giving their feedback. Okay, since nobody is raising hands. Shri Ram Nitai Prabhu or Tribanga Sham Prabhu. If any of you would like to give a feedback, please raise your hands. Tribanga Sham Prabhu, please go on.
Thank you.
Please go on, Tribanga Sham Prabhu. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Mataji, for your wonderful presentation. Just I like those points that you already decided that just go away from that your family life and staying in Mayapur Dham, and just in last stage that you are try to remember always through serving, try to remember Krishna and preparing yourself. That is very wonderful point. And that the room little bit that verse you recited that yet not some verse are not yet completed. And then also some point is a very much liking point that your love for Lord and just making garland and that service oriented, you always thinking that your thought process is very nice, service oriented living life. That's a very good. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Tribanga Sham Prabhu. Actually, there is no necessity to recite the full verse. Even part of the verse can be recited according to the rubrics. I've already explained it. So even part of the verse can be recited, just for your kind information. Okay. Karnatara Mataji, that was a very enthusiastic presentation. I love the way you started with the explanation of the Varnasrama Dharma, where because the overview of the verse was about Yudhishthira Maharaj leaving his family life and going off, and how he fulfilled his duties. Just like that, he didn't leave. He fulfilled his duties and then he left. And your stress on fulfillment of the duties, not just because of following the Varnashrama, you have to run away. You have to fulfill your duties. Then only you have to go. You just illustrated that also with the example in the question answer session that you cannot, one of the devotee was not given brahmacharya because he has to fulfill the duty as a son to the parent. So that was emphasized, and also allowed the way where you were giving emphasis on Srila Prabhupada's mood and the mission of Srila Prabhupada, that everybody should take it up and everybody should become perfect in their lives. And also the highest perfection is going back home, back to Godhead. And for that beginning, we have to understand the Supreme Lord. And also, he just went on giving the mission to everybody, that it's applicable to all of us, that we have to utilize this life which is there to become Krishna conscious, sacrifice something. That was the entire presentation. You are packing that and you are just knocking off with your point of sacrificing something for the Lord. The room for improvement, I was thinking, is about your body language. And I know that irrespective of your current situation, you are trying to emphasize. So you need to be careful in the general public about your body language. Also, the pace. Your pace was fast sometimes. You were just going very fast. That's why you had the breathlessness. And the chanting of these slokas, some slokas were so melodious and were so lovely to hear, but some slokas it was like a rapid fire. You were going so fast. So we would have just done the same for the slokas. It would have been really lovely to hear that. People love the melodious. You have a very good voice of singing, so people love the melodious voice of that. And also, I love the way you just went across with your personal application. The only thing I was feeling is when you're just the main points, the core points, when you're going to touch across, you have to explain, because see, Varnasrama Dharma, as Veera Gopal Prabhu pointed out, is not very much practiced as such. But what is emphasized by the acharyas is a Daiva Varnasrama Dharma, which we are all following. And sacrifice, as Veera Gopal Prabhu mentioned, that everybody, see, when one is starting, because it is here in this audience is all practicing devotees, and there may be great souls here. I am sure there are great souls here. So you need to address that point where I'm already given up, I have sacrificed, and Viragopal Prabhu is already in my boat. So I've given up, I've done everything. Is it not that enough? Should I give up? Is also a question which you didn't address fully. So you need to address to the current audience also what they are wanting to um, understand. So but in the course of run, His Grace Veru Gopal Prabhu is so advanced, so he understands it. So I'm just letting you know, when you're going to address a question, be clear on what it is, one and what ways it is being raised, on what basis it's being raised, so that you can handle the question. And other than that, uh, as I said, the main emphasis, the core point is one becoming perfect, getting perfection in life, and going back home, back to God. And you have to just give the practical ways how to do that. You went on saying that you have to sacrifice, and you said in your life how you are planning to do that, how others can do in their life. You just gave a generic explanation. Sacrifice something, but you could give a practical way how to go about, so that it's easy for everybody to understand. So that would have helped there. That was the only thing I found there lacking. But your presentation, irrespective of your health, was very enthusiastic. You were so confident. You said you didn't prepare, but I didn't see that. You were highly prepared, so nicely presented with so many points and examples. And that was really wonderful, irrespective of whatever situation you are. So, all our prayers, as all of us are here, we're all praying for your good health and for your recuperation faster, if Lord wishes. And we all thank you for taking the step of going on to give your lecture presentation, and looking forward to see your presentation, the PowerPoint presentation in future. Thank you, Karuna Tara Mataji. And before going, I just want to read the feedbacks that's being given by others. Sriram Prabhu, I'm sorry, only 2 people, so I will reserve your feedback for Murli Manohar too. Hare Krishna Mataji is what Prabhu has said. Jai Radhe Mataji, Hare Krishna Karnatara Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you for your childlike enthusiasm, which is so wonderful to see, and your sincerity and determination to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission by following the instructions strictly. Thank you for making the stages of Varnashrama seem so practical and easy to apply in one's life. I pray you recover well soon. Sriram Nitai Prabhu gives us feedback. You have proved, Hare Krishna Mataji, you have proved the power of devotees' prayers. Thank you for helping us strengthen our faith on Vaishnavas. When you started with, I'm doing this presentation as a seva, it was revealing your humble mood of approaching the Lord in the form of Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam. Thanks for everybody for giving your wonderful feedback, for facilitating the presenter with your wonderful questions. And thanks, Karuna Tara Mataji, and please take care of your health.
I
Would you like
thank
to
you.
reciprocate for the feedback?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, all exalted devotees, for blessing me so that I can give the lecture properly with sincerity. And please bless me so that I can continue this seva and increase my seva as much as I want, and go ultimately go back to God. And that is my main aim. So please bless me so that I can go back to God, and it is possible only and only with your blessings. And I'm really very grateful to Her Grace Padma Sundari Mataji for encouraging me. In fact, I always ask her for her blessings, and she is always there to encourage me. And so I'm really so grateful to her. I'm really fortunate to have you all as my mentors. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.